if you take a look in Perek Lamed Vav, Rashi says, right, after all the Alufim, he says, Aluf Iram, Aluf Magdiel, on Aluf Magdiel, Rashi says, Zeromi. In the Midrash, we know we've always had a country of Edom. It stays there throughout the first and second temple period. And post-second temple period, who comes from Edom? Hordus is an Edomi. He's Edomian. And the Maccabee really oppressed the Edomim, forcibly converted. That's where Herod comes from. But when we get to the Gemara, who becomes the children of Esav? All of a sudden, it shifts now. And we talk about Galut Edom as whom? As Rome, and eventually Western civilization. But the Gemara talks about, the Gemara in Avodah even talks about after Rome destroyed the Beit HaMikdash, they had a certain procession. And that procession has a Jew on the bottom carrying what? A Roman. And they say Psukim, where the one up is on the top is Esav, and the Jew on the bottom is Yaakov. And they tell him, you see, it didn't help you, the stealing of the brachot of your brother. We won at the end. All your corrupt Jew dealing doesn't work. It's the Gemara. Because the Gemara personifies Rome as Edom. There's an interesting, and I don't know that this is why they did it, but by the way, I don't think we find this, and I could be wrong, in 2nd or 3rd century. Who is the Edom that Chachmei Talmud are dealing with? Who runs Edom now? Who runs Rome? Who is in charge of Rome? In the 5th century, certainly by then, who's in charge of Rome? The Christians. They're Rome. The Christians are running Rome. In other words, after Constantine turns things around, it's interesting. And I'm not saying, like I said, this is my own midrash. There are two Romes. There's pagan Rome. There's the Rome of Pompey. There's the Rome of Julius Caesar. There's the Rome of Augustus Caesar. There's the Rome of Vespasian and Titus. How do they deal with us? There's no unique and special relationship. We are a conquered nation. We rebel. They treat us like they treat anybody else. They don't care about us any uniquely. It's Rome. Rome is the empire. We are Elia Capitolina, the captured city. When we rebel, they get angry. That's pagan Rome. Titus puts down the revolution, Vespasian and Titus with ferocity. Later at the Bar Kokhba revolts, Hadrian puts it out with ferocity because we are annoying. We are a rebellious city that annoys the empire. They have to put us down. And we don't stop fighting them. That's pagan Rome. That's Edom. And they don't look at us any unique special status. They don't really care about us. They don't hate us more than anybody else, and they don't love us more than anybody else. We're not special to them, and we're not hated. We're just there, and we're annoying, and we keep rebelling, and we keep wanting this, and we don't put their avodah zarah on our Beit HaMikdash, and we just stop. We just keep fighting them, so they put us down and they just kill us the way they would deal with anyone else. However, when Constantine takes over Rome, when the Christians takes over Rome, there's something very unique. Historians debate, and they look at the part of the origins of anti-Semitism. I mean, some believe it's a little bit earlier than Christianity. Baby's father, Ben Zion Netanyahu, talks about the origin of anti-Semitism just before Christianity. Alexandrian Greek society of Alexandria. That's where it really begins. And we see there's some anti-Jewish people. However, most historians will look at Christianity as the beginning of anti-Semitism. When I see anti-Semitism, it means anti-Jewishness. In other words, the people who come and write and hate Jews to hate Jews, that comes from whom? That comes from, and that can only come from, within. Hatred like that can only come from your wayward son. Because it can only come from within. By the way, that's why Islam never had anything to prove. That's why they never hated us as much. In other words, the psyche of Christianity was they had to prove that they are the true Israel. So they had to make us evil. They had to put us down. They were one of us. They now moved past. So Christianity creates the idea of anti-Semitism. That's where it stems from. It stems from the brother or the son, the real unresolved Oedipal complex. It just doesn't go away. In other words, that destruction, that hatred, it's unique to Christianity. Yes, Islam doesn't like any unbeliever, but there's no special status of lowliness to the Jew like there is in Christianity. Christianity deals with us with the hatred of Esav on the level of Ahi. So Rome itself if it becomes the Midrashic Edom, follow suit. That it begins like Obadiah begins, with another nation that needs to be destroyed because of their arrogance and their excessive pride. It ends under Christian domination with the hatred that only a brother can hate. That intense hatred, that ability to prove you're wrong, I'm right. And by the way, exactly what Obadiah says is true of Christianity. Christianity could not see the Jews succeed. The doctrine of witness in Christian theology needed to show that we had to suffer. It's ironically saved us because we have to exist. But you can imagine ways in which you can exist through. In other words, you had to live on some level, but you had to suffer a lot because that proves that you were wrong. You had to have a special status of suffering. And so that unique status of that special hatred reserved for the Jew was the hatred of our brother Esav. So I would say Miyad Ahim, Miyad Esav are two unique aspects of the way our enemy, the way the Nevi'im deal with Edom, the way Esav hated Yaakov, and as well the punishment that they're going to get. And it epitomizes, it comes out really through, at the end, intended or unintended, through Midrashei Hazal, through the Christian empire. Now, like I said, I don't know, and I'm not sure you could prove it. My suspicion is, and I haven't really researched this enough, that by the time Esav, Edom becomes Rome, in Midrashei Hazal, in the words of Hazal, the Christians are already in charge. I don't know. I could be wrong. You have to check some of the Ma'amarei Hazal and see if they precede Constantine, if they're already in pagan Rome. I don't know. It very well may be, and then it's just accidental. But it would be interesting to note that if they all do come after Christian dominion, so then the painting of Edom to be Rome is an interesting component where it came from. It's that special relationship, that special hatred that our brother hates us with. And that's really where it comes. Halakhahi, Esav sonet Yaakov. It's Davka Esav that is sonet Yaakov, because he has that relationship. He's family. Gone wrong. Nobody hates you as much as your family when they hate you. Gone wrong. And that's really that relationship that we have with Esav and Israel.